Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Friday, October 24th, 2025. I'm out of breath. I feel like I've sat down to start this video about 10 times and I keep remembering stuff that I need to grab. So anyway, sorry, my son's texting me. He came to the house to get something and I didn't realize he had our grandkids with him and the oldest one is upset because I did not come tell her hi, and the stars in his ceiling aren't working. He's got twinkly lights in the headliner of his car and they're not working, and she's upset because the stars aren't working. Anyway, okay, so what have I been stitching this week? So I've been running around because I keep forgetting stuff. I'm not taking as much notes as I used to. I used to take like really detailed notes of what I stitched, and I haven't been doing that. So I'm in a different spot today. Normally I sit right here. There's a chair right there, and that's normally where I sit, but it has got stuff on it, and I just didn't feel like moving it. And so this is where I stitch. And so I just thought, well, let me just stay here because all my stuff's right here where I stitch. So anyway, let me get the first thing. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that, well, you might not know because I haven't been seeing everybody's posts. But anyway, I picked up this kit at a thrift store, at my creative reuse store, and it was partially done. The only thing left was the outlining of the kitty and its tail. That was it. That was all that's left. And that was left. And a little bit of this book right here, these books. So that's all that was left to do. So I sat down and I think maybe I spent an hour and I finished it. So it's so cute. So adorable. I know it's a bookmark. Okay, I hate to say this. I don't read physical books. I read Kindle or I listen to audiobooks. So I don't really have a book to put it in. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with this little guy. He's so cute. I'm thinking about just framing him in a little bit of fabric and maybe, I don't know, just make a little wall hanging or something with it. Not really putting it in a frame because I'm sure finding a frame for it would be kind of stressful. But anyway, so I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know. I've ironed it. I've backed it. So there's the stitching. You can tell where I stitched and where she stitched. She was much neater stitcher than me. I'm terrible. Anyway, so isn't he cute? Cute. So like I said, all I did was finish the kitty cat. The kitty cat was the last thing to finish, and I noticed she had made a counting error, and I just adjusted, which I'm famous for doing. So cute. So this is finished. So this is done. I'm going to ask if anybody wants this, email me. The first person to email me, I will put it in this envelope and send it out to you guys. So if you want it, email me. My email is down at the bottom. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me get the next. Okay. So the next thing I worked on was my Intrepid thread embroidery. I have not done any of the Quilt As You Go blocks. I need to work on those, but I worked on the embroidery, and this is the Field of Fancy. Now, if you're interested in this, go to the Intrepid thread. She's got a new one opening in January. So I love this program. I really do. It's a great combination of embroidery and quilting, Quilt As You Go. So it's a lot of hand sewing, which I've really gotten into. So go check it out if you're interested. Okay, so the first thing I did was I think I was working on this one last week. So I finished it. This is all one color of Cosmo. I couldn't tell you what it is offhand, and she does give very, very detailed instructions on how to stitch. I kind of every now and then do what I want, but if you're new to embroidery, she gives really, really good details. So there it is right there. I love it. I just need to give it a good press. I need to put it in a hexagon shape, and I need to get it quilted. Okay, let me put this right here. And then I started this one yesterday. This is month 5. I started the little foxes in love. And so I got to her little dress yesterday. So anyway, so I've been doing, she uses a back stitch for most of any kind of like stems or leaves, unless it's lazy daisy. Sometimes I'll put a lazy daisy instead of doing the back stitch. But for my vines or like flower stems, I've been using a stem stitch. I really, really like the stem stitch. I find it's a lot neater than my back stitches. My back stitches are horrendous. So not horrendous, they're not even, you know, stem stitches you can kind of finagle your way around. But anyway, so these are my little foxes. I'm hoping to get this done by next video. I was kind of hoping to finish it yesterday, but kind of had a lot going on. My husband wanted to eat dinner. I mean, you know, it was a pretty busy day yesterday, so I think I got a lot done. But this is my Fields of Fancy, and so yeah, I'm excited about that. My son is talkative today. He keeps texting me. Okay, so the next thing that I worked on was my red thread collaboration with Cottage Garden Threads and embroidery and quilting. So I did this block. I did this embroidery, and then you'll see I added the borders. Now these are all Liberty fabrics. So I added the borders on all the blocks that I've done so far. So pretty. Now you can either do it where each piece has all the same. They have cutting instructions on how to do that. I'm doing mine a little different. So I'm mixing mine up. I've seen it done both ways, and I really like both ways, but I'm doing it this way. There we go. So excited about that. My goal is to, as I finish an embroidery, I sit down and I stitch the borders around it and put it in its box and be done with it. So that's my plan. Okay, last week I mentioned starting a project, and I said, I'm gonna ask you guys for help. Nope, I just dove right into it and did what I wanted. And that is a project that I first saw Stitch with Rachel. I think she's out in England somewhere in the UK, but I first saw her do it, and then Tracy from the sewing channel popped up, and she's been doing the same thing, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Now if you're interested in doing this project, I'm gonna pop a picture of Tracy's one of Tracy's pictures up there so you can see how Tracy's doing hers. Tracy has a great download on how to cut the pieces without templates. Now this is a Quilt As You Go project, and Stitch with Rachel uses the Daisy and Grace templates, and Tracy linked some to Amazon. This is what they look like. So this is your rectangle, and then you got your rectangle inner part, and then it comes with the square. So I got them, but I am going to be totally and completely honest, and I follow Tracy's cutting guide because it's easier for me to cut using a rotary cutter than those templates, because they're simple cuts. They're real simple cuts. I use the templates for, I'll put them aside, I shouldn't have done that, cutting the corners and placing the center so that there's no, weirdness. So what am I talking about? So I am talking about this. This is my first one, so y'all be nice because it's a little wonky. So this is what I'm using. I am using Liberty scraps from the Intrepid thread for the front and the back. I'm using solids for the back, prints for the front. I'm trying to match the main color theme, but you know how that goes. So this is the first one I did. It's a little wacky. Then what I'm doing to match the thread is I am using this Aurifil. This is, I belonged to the Sew Sampler box for, I would say probably a good 4 years. And every couple of months you would get a spool of Aurifil 50. And I don't use, when I piece quilts, I use a off-white thread. I don't change my thread. And so I had all these. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to use these to stitch it down. So I've been matching it. So I use the blue right here with this one. And then I didn't have a purple. So here's the one I did today. This is just glue basted. So I need to, so you can see this one's a little better. This one's glue basted, ready to go. So I went and I picked up some, not picked up, but I'm using my Deco Bob. Ooh, that old? I don't know. Anyways, my deco bob. Okay. So I'm going to use that. Here's my goal. I have a bunch of scraps from the Intrepid thread. I think I've purchased probably 4 scrap bags so far. And last time I requested some solids, so I got some solids. So I'm using what I have. And so I'm not buying thread. I have enough of the deco bobs for English paper when I do English paper piecing. So I thought I'm not going to kill myself looking for thread or going to buy special thread or whatever. I have everything I need to make this. I'm using batting scraps. I mean, it's a little, the batting is the size of this piece right here. Little tiny little bit of batting scraps. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making these. So that is my hand sewing project. So that's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying hand sewing. I'm enjoying the, and I hate to use the word mindless because it's not really mindless. It's just, it allows my mind to think on good things. I don't have to count. I don't have to do anything. So it's just kind of allowing me to just think. I can listen to books. I can listen to lectures. I can listen to all kinds of stuff while doing this. And so it's been really fun. So I've been enjoying myself doing this. Let me see if I have anything else to say. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have. Not much going on in my personal life right now. My daughter-in-law, my oldest son's wife, her dad's coming in town. He is from Tennessee. And so I am making gumbo for them Monday. So that's going to be fun. So, anyway, so gumbo is on the menu Monday, and that's pretty much what we have going on. Not a lot going on. I do want to say, if you've been following my weight loss, I've been posting a lot about it on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, it's A Life with Rachel Q is my TikTok name. And I have lost a total of, in the past, so I just took my 14th shot. So I've done 13 weeks and I've lost 18 pounds. So I'm excited about that. If you're interested in getting on a GLP-1, you can go over there on TikTok and follow me, or you can look at some of my previous videos where I talk about it. But anyway, so that has been going good. My eating has changed, and that is wonderful. I mean, just really the types of food. I'm starting to like lentils. All you vegan, vegetarian people, y'all have a thing going. Y'all have a thing going on. I am enjoying lentils. I still enjoy my steak. Don't get me wrong. But lentils are really, really good. Really good. High in fiber and high in protein. And that's the things I need to prioritize. So that's been fun. But anyway, so it's going good. I have not lost hair. My hairstylist looked at my hair and she says, no, you're just doing your normal shedding. And so no hair loss going on. My hair is a little frizzy today. But anyway, so that's what I have going on. Thank you for joining me. I just wanted to update you guys, hopefully weekly, on my stitching, even if it's just a little bit of embroidery. I did not crochet this week. I did a tiny bit, like not even enough for you to notice. So I didn't show you that. But I do have a bunch of stuff that I have purchased that I've listed on eBay. If you're interested in that, go check out my eBay listings. And I think that's it. That's all I got. I will see you guys next week, Lord willing. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye.